We are day 7 of our trip already. Today is the 7th day. So like a week ago today, we were flying to Iceland, which blows my mind. I feel like we just got here. Also, I feel like we've been here for a while. Like we've settled in. We are now in Copenhagen, as you can see. Hello, YouTube and Facebook. I am already over here talking to my friends on TikTok. But since a lot of you might be watching this after the fact, welcome in. I am here to hang out for the next little bit. My son is here. He's in the other room. He's having quiet time. So I can be interrupted at any time. I don't know how long I will be on, but for the next little however long, I'm here to hang out. I'm here to answer questions. If you're new here, I am a certified trauma recovery coach. I am a survivor of abuse and queer relationship. That is what I do. Well, that's one of the things I do. I do a lot of things. I'm actually a sign language interpreter. If you did not know that, I am a sign language interpreter by trade, trauma recovery coach, and doing all the social media stuff on the side. I have a lot of side plates. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer any questions you might have about abuse, or recreate, or coaching, or whatever that looks like for you. I don't even know what time it is there. It is 8:30 p.m. So it's probably like, I don't know, 2 o'clock for some of you, 2:30. All right, I have not told anybody this yet. Well, I've mentioned it, but I designed a hoovering to help people combat hoovering, which is a horrible 2:30. That was a good guess. Horrible abuse tactic, and very custom hours. And I'm finally picking a day for it. I'm finally picking a day for the workshop. I'm gonna make it happen. I was kind of pushing sense. Does this make sense for me to do? And so we're gonna do it. We're gonna figure it out. I have my Calendly open. We're gonna make it happen. So you heard it here first. If you want to come to the workshop, I'm still really on the fence about when I want to do it. But I'm really excited because it's going to be my first workshop. It is the first time that I have created a workshop. I'm very proud of myself because I have a lot of ideas in my head and things that I want to do and ways that I want to give back. And it's very hard for me to sit down and create. And I did it. So after your advice on your last live, I spoke to my friend about her brother, my abusive ex, told her I don't want any information passing to him, or any information or him giving to me. And how did she react? Thank you for sharing that with us. How did she take that information? It's a very brave thing to do, to set boundaries like that. And in fact, I'm doing a new thing on the podcast, which is called like, it's called Mini Mondays or Monday Mini. I don't know. But I do like a miniature. I'm going to try to do like a miniature podcast episode that's only like 6 minutes or something, like a lot more digestible. And this week I talk about boundaries. And so give it a listen if you are interested in that. But it's so important to be able to set boundaries, and also very, very difficult. So I'm proud of you for doing that. Y'all see that I actually have my tripod today, so I don't have to put you down when I type something on the other socials. She took it okay. I've said if she does, I'll either hang up the call or walk away. I love that boundary. Totally reasonable. And also, I know you know this, but if she does, you absolutely have to do that, because I'm not saying she's abusive or bad or whatever, but people across the board, if you set a boundary with someone and then you wobble, they won't take it seriously. Again, whether they're abusive or not, like abusive people will challenge your boundaries on purpose. They'll do it on purpose because they don't want you to have that boundary. And so if you say, this is my boundary, they're going to do that thing until you crack. You're going to crack, and then you're going to try to reinforce it again. And in the back of their mind, they're like rolling their eyes like, yeah, right, biatch. Like, you don't have the ability to do that. I'm in control of your whatever. Some of you so plow through your boundaries. I know you didn't ask for this. I'm just talking on accident. Because she might just be like, oh, I talked about it, and, she didn't hang up. So maybe she was just angry that day, or maybe she didn't, she seems to be okay with it. He's my brother. So I'm just gonna do this. Sounds like a plane is taking off. I think it might be. I think this might be the same water that I got from the Blue Lagoon in Iceland, which means it's been sitting in here for like 4 days. So I maybe shouldn't drink that. Maybe shouldn't drink that. What does this mean that I've had other liquids, but what does this mean that my bottle's just sitting here and I'm like, when's the last time I refilled this? Suspicious. I hope it should end soon. I put it on a really short cycle. I'm just trying to like rinse some stuff off. It was like stuff that's like not soiled, but just needed a little brush up. So setting boundaries have been hard, but I've been better with sticking to them. It's so important. And the more you do it, the more it gets easier. And there still will be challenges along the way. There will be something that you didn't even know was going to bother you, was going to be something you'd have to set a boundary for. And you'll have to you'll like Chutes and Ladders. You'll be like, yay. Oh man, that was really hard. Like, it's just hard. A new situation, a new whatever. But the more you practice doing it by actually doing it, the more you start to realize, like you get stronger in that, you get more confident in that. And you're like, no, I actually do deserve to be treated well. And I actually do deserve to not have someone give me information about my abuser. And I know this might hurt her, but it's hurting me what she's doing. And I have to take care of myself, right? Because so many of us are people pleasers and we're putting other people before our own well-being. And so you start to get this like, how am I supposed to even look out for other people if I can't look out for myself? I'm doing this. And it does get easier. Blast off. Thank you for joining me on this flight today. We will be 3 hours and 49 minutes. Please don't stay on with me that long. Any advice if you are still connected to the abuser via a child and you share custody? So thank you so much for asking me. That is not my experience. And I always preface my response with that because my abuser is not my child's biological or legal parent. So I was able to get him away fairly quickly and just remove access and be like, hell no, you have way beyond lost your privileges to him. But there are some things you can do to minimize it. Obviously, go no contact if you can. Some people have successfully gone no contact and they just like, maybe if the kids are older, it's like, these are the days you have the kid. The kids are going to be exchanged. I'm not talking to you about anything, blah, blah, blah. Or go low contact, use a third-party app like Our Family Wizard. Only respond to things about the children. Some people to follow or check out who are in that situation are Roller Coaster of Love. I believe it's like _ Roller Coaster of Love. Ro, she's amazing. She parents with, you're not parenting with anybody, right? You're parenting and the other person sometimes has your kids. And stronger, I don't know where her underscores are, but stronger than, oh my God. Lisa Sunny. She parents her children and has an abuser who is the other parent to those children. And they do make content about that. So I hope that those people can help you more if my answer was just kind of like, well, I'm 25 days. In 25 days, I'm 1 year out and 9 months sober. So it has been tough, but worth it for my safety. Both of those things are incredible. I hope you are very proud of yourself. Perfect. Thanks for the referrals. You're very welcome. I always try to like, you know, I'm not one of those people who's like, I'm the best person for all of you and I have all the best information and you should only get a that. But whenever there's something that I might know some about, I will do my best to answer. But if I feel like it might not be enough for you or I know nothing about it, I'm going to try to refer you to someone else who might be able to help you more than I can. I am here to help people And, I don't know all the resources out there, but if I can't help you, I hope that, these other people will. I think that's really important. And I think that's the whole point of like being out here creating, is, like making sure that doing the best I can to help y'all. I can't save everybody. And I know that it took me a while to learn that because I would get really, really bogged down by the fact that I couldn't do more. But yeah, thank you for asking, Mike. Why is it when I'm not paying attention, the stupid trolls come out? Yeah, they really do. There's actually a lot of people jumping in here right now, like trying to go live with me. Like, yeah. Friendly hydration reminder, y'all. I'm glad this person said that because I was talking about that. My water bottle's full of water from 4 days ago. That's not a good sign. I do have. Okay, this is my favorite drink. I always get this when I'm in Copenhagen. This is my second time in Copenhagen. It's just like a vitamin. It's just called Hydrate. It's just like a vitamin water. Should be no sugar. I try not to really have sugar. A ver qué dice que no hay azúcar. There's no sugar. But it's rhubarb flavor. And whenever I'm here, I get anything that's rhubarb flavor. Speaking of, I got a new drink tonight, and it is rhubarb like juice or something like that. And I want to try it. Where is it? Where did I put that thing? Yeah, this is what I do. Rhubarb. I have rhubarb yogurt. Say rhubarb yogurt 5 times fast. My son's been doing that. He was like watching a YouTube video, and the dad says that to his son, like, say something 5 times fast. So he's like, Mama, say that 5 times fast. And I'm like, okay, dude. And sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's like, whatever. What is today's live vibes? So we've only been in here for 11 minutes. Usually we talk about abuse stuff, but as always, there's so much more to me than abuse. Although I have now separated my channels, there are a lot of other things I like to talk about. Like I am traveling right now with my son. I'm a single mom. If you want to see more of like the rest of me, that's not just me sitting here talking about abuse. I do have other accounts that you can check out, but no pressure. But yeah, I like to talk about others. Talk rhubarb for 42 seconds. So yeah, the vibe right now is still up for debate. We're still trying to figure out what the vibe is. Oh, the washing machine is done. I hope you all realize that the plane has landed. Be careful when you open the overhead compartment as contents may have shifted during the flight. Rhubarb is fun. We used to grow some. It's so funny because my grandma used to grow some, and I just thought it was disgusting because it's like a big stalk, and it's so good in so many things. And I don't see it used a lot in the States. I'm sure some places have it more than others, but like if I just go to the store where I live in Washington, I'm not going to find a lot of rhubarb stuff. But so here I'm like I said, snatching up all the rhubarb because I do like it. Thanks for laughing at that, cat. I appreciate it. Random question. Do you think the word narcissist is overused today? I had someone tell me, I'm guessing that you're going to say not everyone is a narcissist. Yes, I do. Thank you for asking. I don't really use the word narcissist anymore unless I'm saying, a narcissistic personality disorder. These are some of the traits, things like that. Or, I'll say a narcissist, a psychopath, or a sociopath. Like I'll mention it. But most of the time now I say coercive control. When you are under a campaign, of course, that is a better option to teach, to educate, to do all that stuff without, I don't think it will become a buzzword because it's not as catchy as like, my ex is a coercive controller. Like my ex is a narcissist is so easy for people to fling around. And I do think that, obviously I'm here on social media talking about abuse and educating about abuse, especially covert abuse, because covert abuse is so hard to spot. Y'all know that. Y'all are here. And I think it's really important. And I really support a lot of other people who are out here doing this. I've been doing this for a little over a year now. In fact, people talking about this on social media helped me get out of this relationship that I was in. And so I think it's really important, but it's also very dangerous, as with anything on the internet, especially, I'm just going to say, especially on TikTok, Instagram a little bit too, but just the way TikTok is stuff like spreads like wildfire, and people will see one video, and people are very desperate to understand things in their lives, and I get it. I am the same way. If something is off, I'm like, why is this like this? Is it this or is it that? What is it? And we want to dive in, right? But I feel like with anything, so if you're watching my videos and this sounds like it might be you, first of all, yes, listen to more of my stuff if you want to, or more from other people, and do some of your own research. Get a book by someone who has studied this stuff. I can recommend some stuff. In fact, I have a file PDF on my Canva right now about my book recommendations. Again, but you don't have to get all your content from me. Um, and do some more research. So it's the same with like I could probably convince myself that I have autism because I do get a lot of autism stuff on my page, and I have a lot of neurodivergent stuff that you could almost be like, this person has autism. And there's so much of that on the internet. Like right now, I'm like, do I have parasites? Because I'm following an account on Instagram that talks about parasites, which is disgusting and I hate it, but I'm like, oh my gosh, but it describes a lot of the things I have. But so does PTSD, which I am diagnosed with. So does ADHD, like brain fog, this, that, can't sleep, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I have parasites. But really, I probably don't. And if I think I have parasites, I should probably go get checked, right? So I do think that a lot of people will see stuff like this, and I think that in a lot of ways we can self-diagnose. Like people are saying autism, you absolutely can self-diagnose. I see that kind of stuff a lot. We can't really diagnose other people with anything ever. But yeah, everyone's out here just slinging it around, and I think that it's become a very unsafe place for survivors of narcissists, psychopaths, sociopath, whatever kind of abusive person in the world. Because so many people are using that word. I know I'm rambling now. So many people are using that word. Like you said, like everyone's a narcissist now. I am, you are, everyone in this room right now is this bottle of rhubarb. I don't speak Danish, but my brain, I'm such a language person that my brain starts to pick up. Like I can't pronounce it at all, but I start to understand like words for what like they say in whatever language where I'm at. Rhubarb, this is a narcissist. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I do think that. I do also think after that very long answer that there are a lot more abusive people in this world than we realize. Whatever they have isn't really important because at the end of the day, they're abusers. Doesn't matter if they're a narcissist, if they're diagnosed, if they're not, if they're this or that. That doesn't really matter. Although a lot of times as survivors, we feel like we need that piece of paper in front of us, that cut and dry answer. But the point is their behavior is abusive, and that's what really matters. Same felt. I go into detail abuse tactics clearly in a lot of people. I think that came out of order, but yes. Okay, glad everyone is catching up. I think I'm missing something here. Finn. All right, hold on. There's a lot going on right here. I'm trying to catch up. Finn, if you want to share publicly, you absolutely can. If you feel safe doing that, that is where this happens a lot. Where someone will come in and needs us to have the headspace. So, Brian just like barber. Yes, 100%. Yes. Thanks. Okay, we are all caught up. Okay, we are caught up. Thanks for listening to me blab for a bit. Yay! Hi, Lindsay. Hi, welcome in. How's it going? We've been hanging out for 20 minutes and conversation's been good. You haven't missed too much, but feel free to dive in with whatever if you want to talk about something. We just kind of wrapped up a long spiel. You're so pretty and professional. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I was wearing a dress. I wore this dress as a shirt today because I did not pack a lot of cold weather stuff. I packed for Spain and Portugal because that's where we go. And I decided for some reason, I really wanted to bring my son back to Copenhagen because I came to Copenhagen last December by myself, and I was like, I really want to share this with him. Like, why did I come here by myself? I need to stick to like Latin America when I want to go by myself, or somewhere that I'm like less likely to take him. Slash, his dad won't let me, which is fair. His dad will let me take him to any country that the U.S. has listed as a 1, maybe a 2. Like I'm pretty sure Spain and Italy and all those places are 2. France, whatever. Not a 3 or 4. Obviously, you can't go to a 4. You're not supposed to. But like if it's a 3, which a lot of Latin American countries are, I have to go alone. So I'm like, maybe I do those alone because I came to Copenhagen and I was like, he would love this. Maybe not in December. He would have hated it. It was very cold. The week I was here was like the coldest week ever. And so I was like, I'm gonna bring him back. And the airline I found had a stopover in Iceland, so we did that. And then I did a couple other ones, which like next place we're going, it'll be a little bit warmer. But I was like, why would you pack on a cold place on your way to Spain? Now you have to bring coats. Like it was very cold in Iceland. Now you have to bring whatever. So today I wore a dress with pants, jeans, and like a cardigan. Like what is it called? Yeah, a cardigan, and like my jacket when it was like breezier. But nobody knew I'm wearing a dress. And then I came on this live. It was toasty in here, and I got cold, and I was like, "This is my wine jacket in my suitcase. I'm gonna wear it." So, yeah, thank you. Can y'all hear my son? He's like watching YouTube videos of a dad playing with his kid. Oh no, you're still good though. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That. Fighting that urge to make, it's like whenever someone compliments your looks or your talent or whatever, like so many of us we're like, oh, I'm so tired though. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're all just like, no. And so, yeah, one of the things that I've learned in the last, year and a half since I left was thank you. Just thanks. I'm just gonna, whether I feel it or not, I'm just gonna be like, okay, yeah, thank you. Did you do anything on the anniversary day of when you left? I don't think I did anything. My son and I were supposed to be in Puerto Rico, and that got canceled because his dad was in Australia. And so we were going to go to Australia, but then he Billy farted around, and the tickets went up so much, so we didn't go to Australia, and we didn't do anything. I feel like we did something special, but I already can't remember like what we got up to. But yeah, I had a plan, a trip to Puerto Rico, which then I was like, wait, are we supposed to go to Puerto Rico? How do I feel about this? It was for an Instagram collab. So I was really excited about that. Like I said, I planned it for like the exact day. Like we're going to be there during the day of, us being gone for a year. And it all fell through, and that's okay. It's okay. We have had a lot of celebratory moments throughout this time, so it's okay, and on the day I wasn't like, we should be somewhere. Like I was like, oh man, I was supposed to be in Puerto Rico right now, but I'm supposed to go to whatever. It was like a little bit like, especially because his dad was sending us like pictures from his hotel room, and it was really cool. A lot of times when he travels, if I want to go to that place, we will go. Like if he goes to Vegas, we'll go to Vegas for the weekend or something because it's like we have a free place to stay and get out of Washington or whatever. And yeah, I was like, we're supposed to be there. Stop sending me stuff. Oh man, such a crap. But yeah, no, I didn't do anything. I think that if you can, whether big or small, you should definitely do something. Treat yourself in some way. Have a nice dinner, or take a bath, or go somewhere. Be with someone that you really feel safe and like really want to be around um, at that time. And just be happy. Be happy. Like you don't have to feel like you don't have to feel happy. Like it's not like, oh, you have to feel happy all the time, but it's like just be so happy that you are where you are and feel anything else that you're feeling that day. But it's just like, damn, we did it. It's been a year. I don't know why, but these are like really hard to open. The cap never comes off. They're like stuck. Yeah. Okay. Wow. The barber. Crazy stuff. What else, y'all? I'm thinking about doing some yoga tonight because my body hurts. I rode, okay, we have a cargo bike, which is super fun and cool. It's like a cart in the front for your kid, and it can like it covers with plastic. I don't know if you've ever seen them. Very popular in Copenhagen, probably very popular in like Amsterdam, whatever, the Netherlands, Denmark. Like I'm sure it's not just in the big cities, but other places like that where it's like a very city bike friendly city. They have these like where your kids, they're like a little bench in there with a cushion and all that stuff. Um, um, and I've been riding that thing around yesterday and today, and my body hurts, and I haven't been stretching or doing anything like that. So I'm thinking I might do yoga, but I do not have a mat, so I will be sliding all over this old wooden floor. But maybe I can find something. Does anybody know how to remove someone as a medical emergency? I do not. If anyone has any information, please do share. I'm working on the main day, so I'm going to plan something for the weekend before. There you go. And again, that's that attitude of like, it's like, it's not something that we have to control. And you know what I mean? Because I feel like in some ways, because it is such a huge deal, we might want to have like this fist of control, just like has to be this day and it has to be like this and it has to be this good. Like I really, when I was planning it, like maybe when I was like 6 months out, I was like, I had to have like a special day with him and we have to be on a trip because this is our like redemption and like blah blah blah. And then when the day came, I was like, this is fine, you know? Like again, I was like a little bit disappointed that I wasn't on a trip, but absolutely do something to celebrate when you can and do whatever feels right for you. Um, but I do think it's beautiful to be able to do it like your own like flow and not have to be like rigid about it. Because what if something goes wrong and we're trying to control the healing journey and all that stuff? Um, that could be a setback. So yeah, I'm really really proud of you for doing that and for working around it. I'm just staring at this calendar trying to figure out when I can do this freaking workshop, and it is. I'm saying this like, oh, it's a burden. I don't want to do it, but it is very hard to make a decision while I'm traveling. Like, don't get me wrong. I wanted to do this while I was traveling, and in fact, I kind of want to make another workshop and do another one while I'm traveling. But it's like, what day makes sense? What night do I want to make sure that I'm back in my house by like 10 p.m.? Anyway, hi, love. Hi, Landon. How are you? Long time no talk. Oh, goodness me. Okay, so tomorrow is a holiday here, and I'm pretty sure everything's going to be closed. I don't know if everything is closed or if it's like tomorrow is called Great Prayer Day. We're gonna be okay with that. We're gonna just think. Sad, but so great to see you. Why are you sad? Decisions are hard. They are hard. And honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I just pick a day and it's fine. And I just plan around it. The problem is like the time frame that I want to host the workshop is when I will be in the town where my friends are. And a lot of times we will hang out till late. And so I'm also being cut off and having to leave. My friend, oh, my baby. Oh, buddy. Oh, My sister just sent me a picture of my nephew and some new clothes that I sent him, and he just looks so cute. Oh, he looks like my sister. Oh, so cute. Probably going no contact with my mom. I don't know if I should ghost or do a goodbye letter. Got any advice? I do have advice for that. A couple of things. Obviously, you don't owe anyone any information. If you have set a boundary, especially if that person is abusing you and has not been respectful to any of your boundaries in the past, you do not owe them anything. And a lot of times we do feel like we owe someone something because we have been taught that. Like you can't just break up with someone and you can't just this, you can't just that. And yes, like be respectful to someone who's you're just ending a relationship with, or you're just like whatever. Be respectful and give them, you don't have to give them like a bunch of reasons, but just say like, hey, like I'm breaking up with you because this isn't. I just don't feel it. Whatever. You don't have to give a whole list of like whatever, right? But we think we have to. And so if it feels right to you to send a goodbye letter or have a last conversation or whatever. I don't recommend that if someone's abusive because it's going to go south probably. If it feels right to you and you're like, this is my closure, I'm going to write this letter, you can do that. I will tell you that I went no contact with my sister for a while and I did not tell her why. I simply, something came up, the situation was happening. I didn't like the way that I felt. It was a long time coming. Like we're talking like years. And then something happened. Um, and I just was like, hey, this isn't, I can't do this. And she didn't like it. And she gave me a very yucky response. And I was like, okay, that was the right thing to do. And we didn't talk for months. We are talking again now, but I have different expectations and different boundaries. And it's pretty surfacey. Like, I don't expect her to be my best friend. I don't expect her to be a safe person for me or my son, unfortunately. Not right now. Although I have come a very long way in my healing, so I may be much more capable to handle that relationship. But I didn't give an explanation. I didn't give a bunch of reasons. I was like, well, you did this, you did that, and I feel this and I feel that. I just was like, no. So it's gonna just come down to what you feel is the right thing to do for you. And yes, I knew that Kat was gonna say something important. I'm sorry you said I hope things get better soon. Yes, me too. And I will read your DM. Oh, I might be able to put up here. I think it depends on what you think she'll do. Mine would try to talk me out of it, so no letter was best. Yes, yes, and yes. Yeah, if the person is going to try to go around and around with you and talk you out of it or make you out to be like an idiot, crazy, over the top, dramatic, always causing problems, blah blah blah. So for example, they're gonna start telling all their friends or their like your aunties or whatever, and then your aunties are gonna start calling you like, what are you doing to your mom? Blah blah blah. No, just like ghost her and ghost all of them too, because a lot of times they'll take the letter and they'll be like, look, this is who I raised. I don't understand how she turned out like this. What have I done? Because if you have like a narcissistic parent, especially, you are the bane of their existence. And what did they do to deserve it? It's not fair. They raised you so much better than this, and you're daughters, and they don't like that. So you're the problem. I haven't been able to do a middle ground, so I thought I'd do a letter and then block her. Whatever works for you. And like you said, you haven't been able to do a middle ground, and maybe someday you will be able to do a middle ground, but right now is not the time. And you need to be able to have a safe, calm nervous system to be able to heal. And maybe eventually you get to a point where you're like, yes, I can handle her shit. Right now, you can't. Um, and guilt trip me. Yep. I cut my mom out when I was 16. I never explained. However, I did write letters that I never sent. Beautiful. We love that. We love that. Writing letters you'll never send, I think, can be very healing. Thanks for the advice. You're welcome. And thanks everyone else who chimed in there. I love that. The letters helped me even though I didn't send them. It was good to write them down. Absolutely. Writing can be very cathartic. I left my ex while my ex was on a trip, so I left him a note. If I talked to him, it wouldn't have ended okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. I didn't even leave a note. You are kinder than I am. I mean, they knew I was leaving, but they didn't know I wasn't coming back. Oh, my baby. Oh, my sister sent more pic. Oh, my goodness. Oh, she found a mushroom. Oh, she found a lot of mushrooms. Oh, they found a lot of mushrooms. Be right back. I'm flying to Indiana. Just kidding. I'm not. Interesting. Great Prayer Day is a Lutheran holiday. All Prayers Day. Interesting. Okay, cool. So is everything gonna be closed tomorrow? Oh, they have hot wheat buns. Get your prayer day hot wheat. I'm not mocking. I'm just learning hot wheat buns. Thank you for going on this journey with me and learning about Great Prayer Day. Most businesses are closed. Cool. Guess we'll just be going to the park tomorrow all day. Hopefully it's nice out. Okay. You can ask me something. I'm just doing my Denmark research and I'm or whatever. Or don't. We can sit in silence. The night before he left for his trip, he physically assaulted me. I knew I had to leave after that. I mean, yeah, that it doesn't always do it, don't I know? But a lot of times it takes something like that for us to be like, what the okay, I'm not doing this anymore. It's a massive awakening in a lot of ways for a lot of people. Wow. Okay. I need to get back to therapy, but can't find someone I click with, and it's frustrating. You are not alone. I worked. Obviously, I don't give details about anybody that I work with, but I worked with a client yesterday who's tried to find a therapist. And one of the things we talked about is how hard it is to find a therapist that you feel safe with after abuse. And I can relate. I felt the same way. It took me a very long time. I've been very open about my journey and my unwillingness to work with most therapists because of the way that many of them are. If you're a therapist, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I only work with trauma recovery coaches. I've had two, and the only reason I've had two because I might actually hire the one I was just working with, but because I am a certified trauma recovery coach, I can take part in a barter circle where we do like 6 weeks of working with one. Like I coach someone, they coach me, and then we switch. So it's like a new, dynamic there. And those two coaches helped me so much more than therapists ever have. And so it might be worth checking into a trauma recovery coach. It does not have to be me. Like, again, I'm horrible at marketing. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you have to book a session with me. I would love for any of you to book a session with me. That is what I do. That's why I became a coach, because I want to help people heal from this. I want to help people to, I was there and I'm still healing from a lot of things. Like when I do my coaching, I don't talk about my abuser. I talk about my childhood. I talk about my marriage. I talk about other things because that's where I'm at right now. But I can recommend you some other coaches. I can recommend you a website where you can find coaches. They don't have to be in your area. We are pretty much all online. We're pretty much all online. I will give you, I'm going to share this with you. If you don't want to work with me, that is fine. But you can go to the International Association of Trauma Recovery Coaches. And it's a lot of us. And so you can go to their website and there's a directory and you will see me. And you will see other people. And you can go in and you can select people by their I would totally work with you first. Thank you. Well, message me if you have any questions. Or feel free to book like a one-time session with me and see how you feel about it, and then we can go from there. You're not obligated to anything. That's one of the most beautiful things about trauma recovery coaches is like we go where you're at. We don't force anything out of you. We like, if you're like stuck, we will try to unstuck you, but we're not going to like we're at your pace, right? But yeah, you can go there and you can look for, like, for example, if you have NPE, non-parent expected, and you want to work with someone who has that same experience, you can do that. Or if you want a Black trauma recovery coach, or you want a queer one, hi, hello. I'm one of like two that at least are listed as queer. I'm sure there are more of us. Or you want someone who can speak Spanish or coach you in sign language, or now I am marketing myself. I am not booked up. So thank you for saying that. I am not booked up. I just had 2 clients who graduated from my 6-week program. So if you don't know this, I do limit the amount of clients that I have. Hi, Lovey. The iPad died. Here you go. Here, I will help you. If y'all can give me just 1 second so I can help my baby. And then I will come back and I'll finish what I was saying about this. I would love to work with you, so I want to tell you what I was going to say, but I'm going to give my kid the charger. And don't judge me. We've been together all day, every day for a week. So yes, he's on his iPad and I am with you. I know y'all aren't judging me. Are you going potty? You found your lava rocks. What? You found your lava rocks. Yeah, I did. Ooh, are you playing with them? What? Are you playing with them? No. Okay, tell me when your iPad turns on, okay? And then you can. Do you want an activity, bud? I have a good activity for you.
How about this? You get something else from over there.
Well, the iPad is charging right now, but while you're waiting, I was thinking you could do this because you're going to have water right here. So.
These are still trying.
Yeah. Bring me that painting when you're done, and or tell me when the iPad comes on, okay? I gave him a painting. Okay, so I keep my clients limited. I do not want to fully book myself. Okay, so my fully booked is going to look different. Let's put it that way. Because, again, whenever I've known a therapist, had a therapist friend, worked with a therapist, those people book themselves from 8 a.m. to midnight, and they don't eat and they don't get up to pee, and it's back to back, and they're just getting that money. And, like, good for you. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to live that way. And I want to be able to genuinely meet you where you're at. And so I limit myself, and it all just depends. Like, do I have a couple one-time 60-minute sessions going on? Okay, I'll have a new client. Do I have a couple 6-week programmers? I'm going to work with them, and when they graduate and move on, then I'll take a new client. If I have availability up on my website, you can book with me. Right now, my hours are limited because I'm traveling, so I only work at night for me. So it might not work with you. And if that's the case, if you really want to book a session with me, just DM me. Not on TikTok because I don't check that. Email me, whatever. And I'll try to work with you on that. Thank you for the no judgment, and thanks for the patience while I take care of my baby. Let me circle back here. Some claim to be trauma-informed but aren't. I absolutely agree. And again, I've talked about this quite a bit. I do have a podcast episode about, going to therapy with an abuser and why it's like not recommended. I had an individual therapist and I had a couples therapist, and neither one of them picked up on any of the very obvious trauma that I was talking about. ¿Qué pasa? Really? They're already cracking? Remember, they have to stay in there for like 2 days to hatch. We got some dino eggs that are hatching. Well, I'm glad they're working their way out. What was I going to say? Yeah, neither one of them saw the very obvious abuse. Like some of the things that I would say and do that I wrote about in my journal that, I've talked to therapists since, and they're like, I am so, like, I would have taken you aside. Like, I cannot believe they either didn't know or they didn't care. And so absolutely, it is very, very scary to, and again, I had a client yesterday that was like, I can't. And I was like, if you can't with me, I'm okay. Like, I understand. This is your own pace. Do what you can do. And it was all okay. I think, obviously, I'm not in their body, but I definitely recommend, again, if you don't want to work with me, looking on the International Association of Trauma Recovery Coaches. Because even when I was a year ago, I started in February and I ended in August. But the coaches that I was learning from, the people who have there's 3 layers of coaches from this association, the people who are like the supervisor, whatever, I just wanted to soak up their breath. Like, these are incredibly trauma-informed people. And our education was, yes, it was brief. I don't have a PhD, but it was brief and intense. And, a lot of people were like, you have a certificate. And I'm like, mm-hmm. And you can go on their website and you can see what we learned about. And it's not like I have a whole binder full of stuff and I had to read a bunch of books and I had to write about it. And we talked about it and we coached about it. And like, there's no joke, like 99, I don't know the statistic, but most of us are survivors of childhood abuse and trauma, neglect, SA, all kinds of things. Like, we are all survivors, and that's why we're here. That's why we coach, because we're like, other people need to know about this stuff, and I want to be here to guide people through this and all that stuff. So thank you for listening to that. I am not fully booked right now. You will see on my website, like I said, limited hours. I'm going to come back over here. TheLindsayGoodman.com is my website. You can book. But if I do feel like I have a little bit too much on my plate, I will take away my hours for a while. So always check, always look. I know that I'm not super consistent about that, but again, that's because, one, I do have other things going on. I have a kid. And when I'm in Washington, I have a full-time job as well. And I want to be able to deliver quality stuff to you. And this is hard. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm here because I can be, and I'm here because I want to be. But if I were to do this all day, every day, like therapists do, unless they just don't care or like they don't have any empathy or something, like, how can you live like that? I don't think that's good for anybody. Yes, promote yourself. Thank you. My ex-girlfriend, as of 1 week ago, has CPTSD. I'm having difficulty empathetically navigating our breakup. That's fair. It's very difficult to hurt someone or to.
Also, what already happened to the other.
Let me see. Yeah. You know what that's for? That's to let the water in. And the dinosaur inside is like this big. And when it sits in the water, it soaks up the water. And guess what it does? It grows and grows and grows until the egg explodes and it will hatch. So we'll check on it every day, okay? Yeah, I mean, okay, I am going to talk about myself again for a second. Um, I felt sorry for my abuser. And you didn't say that your ex-girlfriend was abusive. So I'm not going to assume that because obviously we have normal breakups too, and not everyone is abusive. And those breakups are hard too, and you still deserve a grieving period and all that stuff. But I felt bad for them because I was like, who's gonna? Let's check. Oh yeah, is it the one mommy dropped though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not the thing that we.
Okay. I felt bad for them because I was like, oh my gosh, I've been their support and I'm the only one who understands XYZ and who's gonna, and like, what if they meet someone who doesn't, no. It's not our job. And even if it's someone that you genuinely love and who treated you well, like maybe you're dating someone who's really awesome for you, but like you just actually kind of just want to be single and do like, that's fine. That's okay. And it's okay to be sad and it's okay to struggle. But you probably just need to take some time and just literally not talk to her. Because the more that you do talk to her, and I don't know, you didn't give me that much information, which is fine. I'm not, you need to tell me more. Maybe you're not talking to her, but a lot of times, like in these initial moments of ending relationships, the best thing to do is just cold turkey it because otherwise, like you're still going to feel guilty and you're going to think about it and you're going to ruminate and all that stuff. But you can go and think about other things as well and think about things on your own and heal on your own pace without having that person to purposefully or not on purpose make you feel guilty, right? You feel guilty. Do things that you feel guilty about, like whatever. We're not going to do that blaming language here. It's so hard. Our language is just not cut out for that. You give me so much hope that I can eventually be on the other side of trauma. You can. I'm going to work with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your trust in me and your willingness to try with me. And I hope that I know that we can, you know, the thing about trauma is it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. But we can definitely chip away at it. Hi, welcome in. Hi, Abby. Hi, Lily. Thank you for all that you do. So much of what you talk about is relatable to me, although I'm married to a man who I have a child with, which is different. That's okay. You know, I come here as a queer person because I need the queer community to see me. Hi, Olivia. Wait. I'm sorry. Did I get your name wrong? Because I saw O-N and I think I just jumped to that, but I think maybe I got your name wrong. Or did I? You look scared. Are you okay? I don't know. I don't think so. Gotta hop off. Bye. Love you, Kat. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, thanks, Kat. Yeah, but so no, okay, I thought so, but then I was like, oh wait, did I get that wrong? But I have a pretty good memory. So hi, welcome in. How are you? Long time no see. Yeah, so I come here as a queer person because our community is underserved, it's under talked about, it's under like misunderstood, all the things. And so my primary passion is working with the queer community and people who are abused in queer relationships because again, underserved AF. But I work with a lot of straight people too. And I work with people with all different, like I had a recent client who their abuser wasn't even their partner. It was someone else who really should have been someone that they could trust. And so anyone is welcome here. If you're struggling with this stuff and you need help and you feel like, oh, you can't come on the camera, buddy. Can you? Can you come on the camera right now? Better not. Do you need a hug though?
No.
Are you ready for me to wrap this up?
No, I'm hungry.
Oh, you're hungry. What would you like?
Cookie.
Cookie. Go get one. There's one left on the counter right there in our little package. So yeah, Michelle, I'm glad that you're here and I hope that you feel welcome here and safe here, even though we are different. Ahí, mira, ahí, azul. Sí.
I thought you said one cookie that was like right here.
No, it's in the package.
There.
Yeah.
That's the last one in this package?
Great. Yeah, that's the last one.
Oh, they don't eat too many.
Thank you. I know. I've been eating too many cookies. I quit eating sugar for weeks. And then we got to Denmark and we found our favorite cookies that we always eat in Spain. And I Eating them by the. My body doesn't do well with sugar. Like I get. What happened? I get like physical side effects and things like that. So I'm probably gonna have that soon because I've been eating those cookies.
One more.
Oh no!
You eat it, not eat a different one.
You just told me not to eat so many cookies. Now you're handing me a cookie. Oh.
No, that's the last cookie.
Do you want one of those? Bring that here.
That's the only cookie.
Bring that one here. I'll give you a new one. Or do you want a fake bar? Okay, show me which one. Okay, so thank you. So how do I know which session to book? If you want to work with me, I'm going to put this back up here at thelindsaygoodman.com, or you can just go to calendly.com/thelindsaygoodman. And I have a couple of options up there, which I'm going to pull up right now. So we have a 30-minute session, which, most people don't book a 30-minute session. Did it work? Can I see that? Let me see it. Most people don't book 30-minute sessions because it's really not enough time. So the 30-minute stay out of the camera, buddy. One of us does not have clothes on. All right. Oh, no. This thing is, I told you this was cheap, dude. This is why we proceed with caution when we buy cheap things. So 30-minute sessions, it's kind of just like, I really want to see if we're a good fit. You're not going to have enough time to tell me very much. It's just going to be a little bit of validation and you deciding whether you want to work with me more or not. And then 60-minute is, again, like, I'm going to actually have a session, not just like, let me fill this out. And you're going to have a session with me and you might want to continue to work with me and you probably will. But again, you want to like dip your toe in before you do like a 6-week session. The 6-week session is like, I know I want to do this. I'm ready. I'm going to hold myself accountable. Not that you're not if you only do one, but it's like, we're doing this. And also you get a little bit of a discount if you do it that way. So there you go. Why does my computer not have a Spanish keyboard on it?
Why did it not work again?
Because it's cheap. I already talked to you about cheap toys.
I know that.
So does that answer your question, Kate? If you have more questions about it, I'm happy to. Oh, and another thing is, so if you book the 6 weeks, there's one that says 6 weeks recovery package, and there's one that says ongoing only, because unfortunately, Calendly doesn't let you book all 6 from that original booking. So then you go in so that it doesn't keep charging you for the other 5 sessions, but you can't book straight away from there because it's like, it's not going to charge you. So, but yeah, let me know. Ay.
Nothing.
You're going to shoot me?
No, I'm trying to shoot the wall.
With an arrow?
No, I'm trying to shoot the wall because no, I was trying to shoot the wall.
I don't think it's going to make it that far because it's a cheap toy.
I did it one time from the wall and that one, other to that one. But no peeking.
Okay, I will not peek.
And no, not listening. Remember last time you peeked.
Oh, okay, I understand. And polishing off the rainbows, polishing off the rainbow is my once a month LGBTQ plus support group that I host one Saturday a month with Trey De La Torre, who is also queer. We were both abused in our first queer relationship, and so we created this so that we could give people what neither one of us had. We felt like we were the only people in the world who were going through this. And so, yeah, we wanted to create what we needed. And I think we've had 4 sessions. So if you are queer and that's what you're waiting for and that's what you needed, mother pearl, dude. Never done anything like that before. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you want me to get off here?
Yeah.
Okay, come here.
No.
Other, you can't do that. You can't throw things at mommy like that. This is the hard thing about single mom, single parenting, solo parenting, solo traveling. You're the only person taking care of the kid for a while. But also, I am thankful that he has someone who he is safe with. But I should wrap this up because if he just threw something at me, that means he's losing his ever-loving mind and he's tired AF, but he doesn't know it, so he obviously needs my help. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go take care of my kid that just threw a handful of what's oh yes. No. All right. That's enough. Thank you everybody for hanging out. I will be back probably in the next couple of days. So we will talk again. But yeah, Kate, if you have any more questions, DM me. And yes, Trey is awesome. So check out the group. If that's something you're interested in, the next date for the group is May 13th. And also keep your eyes peeled because I am very soon, tonight, tomorrow, very, very soon, going to pick a date for my hoovering workshop, which I'm very excited about. I think this is a very important topic. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll start sharing that all over the place. I've already got some. Wait. Okay, go ahead and ask me. Sorry, I didn't see that. What's up? Thanks so much. I'll DM you on Instagram. Perfect. That is the way to go. Again, if you ever want to DM me, TikTok is not the way to go. Email me or Instagram is where I'm most likely to respond. I'll tune in next time. Very happy for what you're doing. Thank you so much. It was nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. All right. Okay. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water or some rhubarb juice. Bye, y'all.